Hello, everybody. Happy holidays.
Hey!
Happy New Year.
Welcome back to another episode of Soaps and Sass. I think this is the last one that's going to drop for 2025, isn't it?
Yep.
It is episode 49 for the weeks of December 22nd to 26.
Yes.
With a preemption, obviously, for Christmas Day.
Yes.
Hope y'all had a great Christmas.
Yes.
Or whichever holiday you happen to be celebrating.
Kwanzaa,
Happy
Christmas.
holidays. Hanukkah.
If it's just a regular day for y'all and y'all don't celebrate the holidays, that's all right.
Absolutely. Hope you were able to connect with the people you love best in the world.
Yeah.
And if not, well, we love you. So we're sending you our love.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let me recap what happened this week on General Hospital.
And boy, was it hot.
There were some parts. Monday wasn't one of the hot parts. Monday was almost like a throwaway episode. Johnny and Danny came to Alexis's house bearing gifts. Curtis updated Jordan on his release from jail, how he got out.
Oh, sorry. Jason and Danny. I heard Johnny and Danny. I said, who the hell's Johnny?
Maybe I said Johnny? I don't think that I did, but...
I heard Johnny, so...
Should I start again?
No, go on.
All right. Ava and Nina reconcile after Ava kind of sandbagged Nina with Portia's presence at the Brown Dog.
Yep.
Tracy counseled Cody on how to win Molly's heart.
And he didn't even need it.
He didn't need it. And Emma confided in Trina. So again, that was a whole lot of whoop-de-doo.
Right. For me, also, whoop-de-doo. Why'd you need to go over there? You didn't need to go over there.
I know. On Tuesday, Willow's trial resumed.
Let's go.
Yes. Chase got bad news on Tuesday. He got suspended.
He should have seen that coming.
He really should have. Portia confided in Ava. And to be honest, most of Port Charles while she was on the stand.
Yeah.
And Tracy encountered Laura having lunch with Martin at the Metro Court. She wants her heirlooms back. She don't care what Martin have to do. She wants them back. Figure him out. Or he gonna get locked up.
Yep.
Alexis received new intel. She, after a little bit of a fiasco in the courtroom from her perspective, not from our perspective as viewers, but from her perspective, she got a note referring to the overheard conversation between Tracy and Michael. So now she has been clued into it.
Yep.
That should be interesting. Also, the judge suspended the trial until the new year.
Which isn't even the new year since it's going to start up again next week.
Well, I don't know. I think that might have been a continuity error.
I guess so, because they said the trial's going to continue on the 27th, and it's like, what? You said after the new year.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Sunny said the trial continues tomorrow, which was clear from the episode's Boxing Day, but the judge said in the new year.
Right, but it also technically wasn't Sunny. It was also... Oh, that must have been Sunny.
It was Sunny.
Right, sorry, because I thought
Sunny was talking to Michael. Yeah, so we'll see what happened. On Wednesday, Port Charles celebrates Christmas Eve. Excuse me, now I misspoke. Carly made a risky move.
She did.
She really did. She brought Charlotte over to see Valentine. Sunny counseled Dante to behave himself and make nice with his sons and just leave them alone. Trina tried to make amends with Jordan, and Nina and Obrecht counted their blessings as they celebrated Christmas Eve with the Scorpios.
And so did
Chase in Brooklyn?
No. Well, yes, but no. I was like, technically everyone, counted their blessings.
Oh,
because I'm like, Nathan's counting his blessings that he's with his son and, with his family. Britt is thanking her blessings because she got her license back. So she gonna be a doctor.
Yep.
With some caveats.
Thursday was preempted. Merry Christmas!
Make it me.
And Friday, Tracy misses Monica so much. And which is really interesting that they're having this play out this way. And I really should just do the recap and then make my commentary afterwards. But they fought all the time. Sidwell hosts a soiree at Windermere in aid of British Boxing Day. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either, because you're having a party for Boxing Day. Because the thing is like, Lucas was like, what even is Boxing Day? Da, 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 da. I'm like, Lucas, you've been alive for how many years? You've been adults for how many of them? Like, what do you mean you don't know what Boxing Day is?
Maybe they don't really celebrate it in the States. They just
It was
go
meant,
shopping like, Black Friday or something. I don't know.
I guess.
Maybe.
But I was very confused. And then, not Lucas, Marco was going on. It's like, it's a thing for the British. Da, da, da. I was like, oh, not North American Boxing Day. Never mind. That makes more sense.
Right. Okay, almost done. Kevin voices his gratitude to Sonny. Jordan makes an observation. And Willow tries to change Drew's mind with respect to Scout and her family.
As she should. Because ain't
Yes.
nobody, aside from this girl's family, is standing up for this little girl. And, well, it's not helping because Drew's got a vendetta, so he not listening to nobody.
Indeed.
So.
Indeed. So, let's start with some comedy of the week.
I
For me, it was Britt humbling herself after she got locked up.
I mean,
Almost lock up. But she and Brad got hauled into the PCPD last week for their dine and dash. And got to make one phone call. She called Nina. Nina didn't pick up because Nina was busy talking to Ava. And she's like, Britt, go and wait. So finally she calls Jason. She's like, hi, Jason. I'm really sorry to bother you. I found myself in a bit of a pickle. So...
Can you come to PCPD?
Right? Jason doesn't hesitate. Off he goes. He gets there. He sees her and Brad.
He says, I ain't bailing him out.
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
Leaves. He's like, I'll help you. I ain't helping him. And leaves.
Right? So you could also throw that into a little bit of make it sassy.
And then about
yeah.
probably like half an hour later, they're like, you're released. Click, clicks, click, clicks. What's that for? Well, you clearly can't go back to Cafe Cherie and they're going to put this on their wall so they know.
Oh my
Fair
goodness. That to me was such a shout out to The Office where they're looking for Michael and Michael dine and dashes and they take pictures and put it on the wall for people who teeth into food and run off. But Jason paid the bill for them, so that was kind of good. So seeing Britt humble was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. She don't do humble well, but she did it.
Yep.
What was your comedy moment of the week?
I had 2 comedy moments of the week. Both of them include Molly.
Oh!
The first comedy is, so after Jason leaves to go help out Britt, Molly's telling Christina how, she doesn't want to like impose anything upon Cody or whatever. And she's like, well, it's not like we're in a relationship or anything. And here comes Danny being like, well, how about I offer you, as a guy, how about I offer you some advice? And both Molly and Christina turn and look at this boy like, oh?
17-year-old Danny, like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like, what? Oh, please enlighten us, dear nephew. What advice could you give us?
What could you possibly have to say?
And Danny's basically like, we're stupid. Like, you gotta just be straightforward. We're stupid. And they're just like, yes, you are stupid. But you, my nephew, are very, very smart. Thank you. And so that was the first comedy moment. And we're just like, it really was just like Danny coming out and be like, I can help. And I'm like, Danny, what? The second comedy moment was on Friday. Molly and Christina had gone over to their mom's to celebrate Christmas because she was busy with the case, and so she didn't celebrate with her that day. And also, they had their own little celebrations that they were at. And so they decided they're going to spend the day with their mom, watching romantic movies, eating noodle Buddha, and, being all in their pajamas and whatnot. They're sitting there eating their food, knock on the door. We think it's somebody else. Turns out it's Cody. But Molly, for some reason, because I'm like, you have this really big window. How can you not see who's at the door from where you just sitting on the couch?
Right?
Logic does not logic.
Well, I don't know. Is it like... Well, I don't even know. I don't know, because we can see who's at the door, so I don't know why they can't see.
Right. So Molly gets up, goes to the door, and as she's walking up to the door, she sees that it's Cody, and she immediately drops down like she broke her ankle or something, swiped her feet out from under her. And she drops so quick that the door rattles. She bangs into it so hard, and she's just staring at like her mom and sister and her, be like, "Oh my god, it's Cody!" And again, they're in their pajamas, so Molly's hair's up in a messy bun. She's in a bathrobe and all of this and all that. So she takes her hair out the bun and then opens the door. It's like, hi, and leans upon it like she's like, "Hi,
hey.
how you doing?" And it's like, Molly,
the sexy lean.
Molly.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing?
Hmm.
Molly. What are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
And for me, the other part of that comedy moment was the fact that Cody, like, you don't even have, the camera doesn't even pan to, like, the door to see, like, Cody looking at it, because I'm like, the door rattled, like, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I don't know what Alexis' door is made of, but it's like, it's so flimsy. It's not like a solid front door. Like, someone could, like, pretty much back up and just give it a hard kick and the door would fly open.
Mm-hmm.
The door is not solid. So I'm like, I don't know how Cody didn't turn around and be like, what was that?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but that was those were my comedy moments involving Molly. Ever since she met Cody and caught feelings, she's just been doing things.
Definitely. So, that's pretty much it for you?
Yep.
All right. What had you hot?
I know, me and my heavy sighs. Drew. Because after Alexis started her defense, she ended up going the path that she chose to put into place, which was, throw suspicion onto someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, she led Portia to reveal a whole host of information that she was not expecting. But on top of that, have her confess to the fact that Drew was blackmailing her.
Indeed.
So Drew's not happy on that front because, like, well, you're supposed to defend her and not make me look like an extortionist.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in retaliation, he's like, you can forget about seeing your granddaughter for Christmas. You can forget all about it. So, it's the 26th, and Scout is upset because she got a gift for her grandmother and her aunts, and she can't give them to her, or to them, because her dad is being a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And, Willow's just there seeing how upset she is because it's also, like, the second Christmas without her mom. And, this makes sense. She's like, you want to spend time with your family. Especially the family who's also, feeling the same way you're feeling. So, yeah. So what had me hot is the fact that Drew is, like, just so wrapped up in his own little world that he can't see that his daughter is suffering because of the choices he's making. And then on top of that, he's like, before they him and Willow are prepared to leave to go to Sidwell's because they're invited to his party, he's like, okay, you ready to go? She's like, yeah, in a second. And he's like, wait, where's Scout? She's like, in her room. He's like, okay, I'll give her a kiss. And she's like, I want to talk to you about something. I think she should go see her grandmother. And he's like, well, why? He's like, because she's upset and missing them. She's like, did she say something? He's like, yeah. And he's like, why did she tell me? He's like, maybe one, because you're on the phone.
Well, two,
like,
you're a brute. You don't listen to nobody but your damn self.
Right. It's like, why would Scout feel comfortable enough to tell you this when you've been doing nothing but stopping her from seeing her family?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, she says, like, I miss Grandma Monica. I miss my brothers. I want to see my cousins and the rest of the family. No, you cannot do that because you are upset that they put you out, that they are just being so, you're basically dead to them. And because you're upset at them for basically kicking out the family, disowning you, you're punishing your child for that, for your anger. So it's like, I'm like, Willow, like, you see what is happening with this child. You want what's best for Scout. And I'm just like, if Alexis does manage to fight Drew for custody, I'm just like, Willow, please testify for Alexis. Because you clearly see that this father is, yes, he loves his daughter, but he's clearly not doing what is in her best interests.
I wonder
and it also doesn't help that you also know that he's basically blackmailing your attorney to be your attorney,
mm-hmm.
and using his daughter as leverage.
Yeah, and I wonder if she knew that beforehand. I mean, it's clear she's finding that out now, or she's very much aware of it now. But I also wonder if she is comparing Drew at all to how she's perceiving Michael. Right? So where Michael is keeping the kids away from her, does she see Drew doing the same thing with Alexis and them? Knowing that they need each other, right? Scout needs her family. I wonder if she's making any kind of link between the two.
I wonder that too. And also for me, if she is, I'm like, you also have to realize there's a difference in how they're doing it. Whereas Drew's just being cruel and trying to use and trying to keep Scout away from her from Alexis to get what he wants, compared to Michael, who's doing it because he sees that you're not making good decisions for your kids. You're not putting your kids first, as you keep saying. I'm a good mom. I care about my kids. I love my kids. I'll do whatever I need to for my kids, but your words are not reflecting your actions aren't reflecting your words, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I wonder if she herself perceives that as for protection, because, I mean, maybe she's starting to. Maybe she's starting to, because she sees how manipulative Drew is, and apparently, I mean, clearly she knew that before, because she kept talking about what kind of power he has and so on. But I don't know if she's seeing that as dangerous for her children. I don't know if she's made that connection, done that math.
I don't know either. But I would hope, like, with the fact that it's like, okay, well, you see he's manipulating you very easily. Mm-hmm. But also, if you think about it, if you remember what Michael said, it's like, with what he did to Wiley, it's like, again, if he can do that to your own child, who he says and claims to love and care about, like, you know, I would hope it's like, okay, it's like...
Yeah, well, this is it. And how she hasn't made the connection, or why she wouldn't be willing to agree to Michael's demand, really. You know, you can see the kids don't have Drew with you. That's the only thing. Don't have Drew with you. You can see the kids. Now but then again, we know Drew would be like, who is he to say, and just show up anyway? Because we've seen Drew just showing up places.
Right, and the thing is, and it's like, who is he to say? Their parent. If a parent doesn't feel comfortable with the other parent's partner and doesn't feel, there's just something about the other parent's partner that they're like, I don't want them around my kids, and they've seen reasons as why they should not be around their kids. It's like, it's like if you want to see the kids, I don't have an issue with that. I don't want them around my kids because there's something off, and I don't want my kids exposed to that.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean,
Which Michael said, it's like, it's like, you want to see the kids? Great. Drew can't be there. That is my only exception. Also, I want you to get help and seek help. But right now, Drew is the common denominator in this, and he is the problem.
Oh, absolutely. But I think about it, you know, just in life in general, some movies I've seen and so on. In human nature, it's like, you're just jealous of my new partner and you're being spiteful. People don't necessarily hear really the words, or some people will just use the words as an excuse, and it's really like, well, you know, I'm the only mother they will ever have, I'm the only father they will ever have, I don't want that other person around my kids just because, and not because there's any kind of malicious intent on the part of the new partner. So
yeah, because I'm like, it's one thing if like your former wife or husband, you know, starts dating again, they have a new girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. And you've never interacted with them, you've never met them, and you're just automatically like, I don't want them hanging out with them. It's like, okay, that's a little, you know, extreme. How about, you know, sit down, meet with them, get to know them, you know, ask them questions like, he's like, if we can't be there, how would you handle the situation? Or, you know, stuff like that. It's like sit down and have an actual conversation. Like, especially if it's also, like, especially new. It's like, I don't see why, and your kids are young, not like teenagers or anything. I personally am not keen on the idea of you starting a new relationship and immediately introducing your children to that person, because it's like you don't know if they're in it for the long haul. You just like, something might happen. It's really like, it's like, especially if you don't know that person well enough, why are you introducing your children? And, you know, it doesn't work out, and the children met them, possibly like them, and they're gone. It's like,
yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
So yeah, so for me, I'm personally like, if you've been with the person for 6 months, or I say 6 months, a good few months, 6 months being my at least minimum max. It's like, okay, introduce them to the kids, yada yada yada. But not you've been out for like 2 weeks. And you're already introduced. No.
Yeah, I'm of two minds on that, for the reason that I think kids have amazing instincts, and people are their adults are their most genuine selves around children
Mm-hmm.
because they tend to foolishly think that children have no sense.
Right.
So, on the one hand, I think it's a good idea to maybe introduce them off the bat, not force any kind of extended interaction.
No, and even I'm thinking if like if it's off the bat, at least be like, this is mom's friend or dad's friend or whatever. And then later, if you're like, okay, if you like, oh, just hang out, whatever, we're going to have a picnic, we're going to the movies and whatever, sure. But it's like, once you're actually like, no, I want to introduce you as my girlfriend, boyfriend, however it goes. By that point, I feel it should be definitely months in, not weeks in.
Agreed. Because I think if the kids don't like them off the bat, that person's got to go.
For sure.
So,
because it's like, you are putting this person in their lives,
mm-hmm.
or your intentions to have them in their lives as permanently as you can.
Yep.
So, also, I do like how there was a point, and this was a long time ago, but Michael was explaining to Wiley that, Thanksgiving, was explaining to Wiley that Willow and Drew had gotten married,
mm-hmm.
and Wiley was like, don't please tell, like, I don't want to go stay with him, I don't like him, we don't like him. Yeah. And I'm like, see, I'm like, I don't think they'll do it in the show, but I want to say the word I know, but I don't know for certain, but I believe, and I say this based off TV shows, but in some cases, I believe that when it comes to family court, the judges will tend to have a one-on-one with the kids to get their perspective because they want to do what's best for the kids, and they will ask questions like, so they can get a sense of like how they feel and do what's best for them, because it really is about the kids, it's not about the parents.
It depends on the age of the child, but yes, they do
right,
that
which is why I'm like, I don't think they'll do it in the show, but I would really hope, or I would like to hope that because of Wiley's age, because Amelia would still be too young for this, but I would hope because Wiley's 9 years old, mm-hmm. they would be like they would have Wiley come in and just sit with the judge, or at least have someone who Wiley knows and is comfortable with, not I can't even say like an aunt or any of his like, just like someone he wouldn't because I feel if like Christina was in there, or whoever, it would kind of be like a little bias, which is why I'm like a neutral party, mm-hmm. but still someone he's comfortable with, be in the room so he's not nervous or alone, and he can feel comfortable telling the judge his thoughts, mm-hmm. and be like, yeah, no, I love mommy and I miss mommy, but I don't want to be around Uncle Drew. Mm-hmm. And if he can articulate why, being like, well, he said this to me and it made me really upset, and then dad had to be like, that's not true, I care about you and your sisters and all that. So, but whatever is the point I'm trying to make is that I would hope the judge is like, I do want to speak to Wiley one-on-one to get his view on things, his opinion and his thoughts, so I can make an informed decision on what should happen in this custody case.
I think it would be very cool to see that on air, because General Hospital overall does a great job of doing public service announcements. Yeah. I think this...
Sometimes their public service announcements are very much scripted, not
If I natural. Didn't say it out loud, I certainly meant to say overall.
Okay, I think you did say overall.
Okay, because I thought I had as well.
But... I don't appreciate it, because that's like saying... because the ones I've seen have been very scripted, and it's like, you all can do better.
Sure, but they deliver great messages to the public and education. Their recent PSA about the eyelid bites, that was a little bit...
I like the eyelid bites and Stella's...
Kidney? Yeah. Kidney testing?
I'm like, those two so far have been like,
Okay, maybe over the top, but it would be interesting to see that play out on screen. I as a viewer would like to see that. But moving on, what'd you do that for? Who called for that? You had something to do with Lucy.
Oh, yes. This woman is causing beef with Ava because her and Jen's were talking about art. And sure, I think not that she was pushy. I do like it. She's like, well, never say never, because she was talking about, she has an antique dealer who would be willing to pay a nice price for his Roman statue head. I don't remember the name of the statue. Mm-hmm. And here comes Lucy interjecting herself in this conversation that has nothing to do with her. And clearly she said, well, which Greek god or is this or whatever, and she's like, you have no clue who or what you are talking about. I don't know why you're interjecting yourself in this conversation.
That actually made me laugh when Jens was like, oh, bless your heart, it's a Roman god, not a Greek god, Lucy.
Right? And then he gets interrupted because Pascal's like, the congressman is here, he has arrived, and Lucy just looks at Ava being like, I'd back off, he's my man. It's like, you've had one kiss, he ain't no man. Also, in terms of Ava, she doesn't want him. She wants his money because he has a very particular eye in art, and she's an arts dealer. That's it. She is very sketch of Jen's, but she's just like, I'm gonna play the long game because you buy art from me and I want sales. So,
well, this is the thing.
And she even looked at Jordan, and Jordan was kind of like, because they caught that.
This is absolutely the thing of it. Lucy is so delusional, paranoid, I don't even know what word I want to use here. If she had given herself half a moment to think and her head 2 shakes, Ava is there because her nephew lives there. She's there for Lucas. What the tail does she care about Jens? She wasn't anywhere near Jens. Like, hello? I also thought it was interesting. It gave me a little bit of a glimpse into the business world, which I don't necessarily get. And I don't know if this is realistic or not. And I don't even know what I'm talking about on the podcast, but it crossed my head, so I will. I didn't understand why Ava would start talking about her antique dealer friend, other than perhaps, I guess, she makes a profit off of it, because Jens expressed no interest in selling it. If he has it and has it on display, and then he said something like, when Ava remarked on what an interesting piece it was, he said, oh yes, I brought it over from wherever. I thought it would look brilliant here on the mantle. He wants to look at it. He's enjoying the piece. So why would you then talk about him selling it? I was confused.
I think it's because the man likes to make money, and she kind of knows that. So she's like, well, if you're ever in the mindset to sell, I know somebody. But as he said,
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Right. But as he said, he's like, no, we've been through a lot, and I cannot part ways with him. So, and she's like, well, never say never. But it's like that was it. It was just like,
yeah.
It's like,
she stopped there.
Yeah, she pretty much dropped it, but she's just like, never say never. There might be a moment, but I hear you.
I'm guessing it was just a plot point for Lucy to stake her claim.
I guess. But the other thing for me is I'm like, Lucy, you are like, okay, I can understand if at the beginning, before he got involved with deception, you being like really into him. He is now involved with deception. I think it's a pretty bad idea if you get involved with him even more than business related things, because now your jealousy it was blinding you before. Not even the jealousy, but just your interest in him. But now it's really gone. Now that he's kissed you, it's gonna go beyond that, and it's gonna put you, deception, and especially Maxie, in a place that none of y'all want to be. And you know who's gonna get the blame? Lucy.
Listen, what do we say back home? What does sweeten a goat's mouth does burny tail. She is going to feel the pepper in her backside of the sweet lips she had on her face.
Yes, she will.
So, okay,
fine. And I will say this. If the board does not vote her out, I'm surprised they haven't already, but if they don't vote her out,
I don't know if they can. But let us move along.
Okay. Make it make sense. Trina.
The whole Ashford family. Can we just, for a minute?
I'm like, y'all find out. Y'all are very wishy-washy. Very wishy-washy. The second... Okay. Before y'all find out that Curtis and Portia's marriage is over, immediately, y'all place blame on Jordan. Especially Trina. Jordan's like, hey, I'm sorry to hear that your parents' marriage is over, but I promise you, I have nothing to do with it. I have done my best to keep myself out of their marriage. If they have any issues, I don't know about them. I've done my best to not be one of the issues. If I'm an issue, it's by virtue of your mother, not by me. She's got issues with me.
It's not because I put myself there. It's because she keeps trying to drag me in.
Exactly. But then, and then y'all, and then she just jumps to the, or Trina just jumps to the, you're the reason my parents' marriage is over. You've been implementing yourself. And I'm like, and this happened. She does this after having a conversation with Jordan where she's like, I'm not trying to wreck your parents' marriage. I'm sorry I'm sorry that it's having a rough patch, but if it's ending, I am not the reason it's ending. Or I don't want to be the reason it's ending. Trina immediately jumps to, you're the reason, stay the hell away from my dad. I will manipulate him into leaving you, whatever. Sees them kissing. I can't believe my dad cheated on my mom. And with Jordan, spreads the propaganda to her family. Then, lo and behold, the truth doth come out that Portia cheated on Curtis first. And the coin has flipped. We've gone to the other side. Jordan, I'm so sorry for how I mistreated you. That was so not okay. I'm sorry. I was blind. I immediately jumped to conclusions.
I was confused.
It wasn't you. It was my mama. I don't want nothing to do with my mama. I don't want nothing to do with Portia. Portia better not walk up in this house. I'm like, wow. Okay. So I know if if I do dirt, when I don't intentionally do dirt, I can't trust you to, have my back. Because you gonna go to the police and be like, no, she did it. You can't be my confidant. I can't trust you. You gonna flip on me. It's like, oh, we need information on baby Sass. She's got government secrets or whatever. We need to know. And in exchange for giving us these secrets, we will give you $10 million. She was here at this time. She did this. She did that. She robbed. She shot. She killed. She bullied. She punched. She did all of this. She groveled. She grabbed. It's like, oh, she cheated on Tony back in 2019. It's like, why you airing all my business out? And for the record, I've never been with anyone named Tony. I never cheated on somebody named Tony.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying random things so y'all know.
We will just find out on the internet one day. Baby Sass. Woo! What a life.
Yeah, but no,
for real.
You just switching sides. It's like I'm gonna see if I can find it because there's a sound on the internet where it's like something happens and they're like on one team and they see something and they're just like switching sides. It's like, what the.
I'm telling you, that was really quite remarkable. Don't worry about it. So there's that, and I've lost my train of thought. I forgot what the other thing was that I was going to say, so I'll just move right along. And Jordan was so quick to run back over there with an invitation. I was like, Jordan. Yeah.
The only difference is that it was Trina who did the inviting.
Yeah, I know.
Of,
but notwithstanding, you want to apologize to me? Well, we can do that separately. Although I do appreciate that Trina did a public apology. I did appreciate that.
And not only to Jordan, she did it for her dad too.
Yes, absolutely. So I did appreciate that.
Because really, she's like, oh, I'll get it, big grin when she sees Jordan. I said, what big grin you got for?
Right? Qu'est-ce the Delulu of the week.
Right, you were very confused with my Delulu.
I wasn't confused. I wasn't confused at all.
Well, okay, I won't say confused, but you were very interested to see what I had to say about it.
What? So, say.
My Delulu of the week is Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I give her Delulu of the week is because she opened her mouth to her brother. You know these people are looking for your father. And he's like, oh, you seem in a good mood. Are you pretending or are you actually in a good mood? Oh, no, I'm actually in a good mood. Why is that? Did you hear from your dad? No. I saw him. What do you mean? Charlotte.
Listen.
Charlotte, I get you love your brother. I get you likely won't keep all that many secrets from your brother. But this is one of the secrets you should have kept to your damn self. Because now you've made Rocco an accomplice to the fact that you know that Rocco is the sweetest boy.
He is.
Rocco will not lie.
That's a problem.
Well, maybe, but yeah, if push comes to shove, unfortunately, Rocco might cave and be like, she saw him. Where? I don't know. She just told me she saw him. And now they have to think about all the places she was, and it's like, well, let's see. There was like, okay, we were all together, and then there was the point where she left with Carly because Carly needed help. So it must have been then. And then putting together the pieces, and then especially if Jack hears about this, then putting together the pieces of the fact that. Sorry, you're making a face. But especially putting the pieces together that Santa left a Christmas tree up in the attic. Yeah, no. Charlotte, you should have kept your mouth shut.
I agree. I agree that Charlotte should have kept it to herself, but I don't think it would have made a lick of difference. Because, like me, Charlotte can't hold her face. So exactly the reason that Rocco asked her, "Are you looking very happy?" Other people are going to pick up on it. And they're going to make the connection and they're going to know that she's been in contact with her father. Can they do anything about it? I don't know, because Lulu's doing a pretty great job on protecting her kid. Really and truly. So, I don't know. Now, do you think it was a mistake for Carly to take Charlotte over there to see Valentine?
See, that's the thing. I'm like, what? Oh my goodness. I'm like, yes, it's Christmas and they're both feeling it. And I think if Charlotte hadn't pulled the key out of her pocket, she wouldn't have done it. It's only because she saw Charlotte messing with the key and looking at it, and clearly the look on her face was like, I'm missing you, Dad. I hope you're okay and everything, that she caved and was like, I'm taking you to see your father. But that's the only reason. And yes, there was... And I think also, like, with Valentine's comments, like, it's the first Christmas without Charlotte and I'm missing her, I think those two things are what, compounded Carly to be like, you know what, I will bring you in to see your father. So, because I think if Valentine hadn't made that comment, she would, like, Carly could have seen Charlotte looking at the key and not even blinked.
Maybe. But because, Carly is a very compassionate woman.
She
despite everything we've seen with her.
But I don't think she would have done it if Valentine hadn't made the comment and then seen that. Yeah.
It's interesting that, like, I wonder if Lulu's going to make the connection as well. Because it's not like we've seen Charlotte and Carly have any great interaction.
No.
Because I don't think... Charlotte never worked at Bobby's.
No.
Yeah, so...
But also...
It was weird that Carly said, hey, Charlotte, why don't you come with me to help pick it up?
Right, because I'm like, you could have asked Rocco, you could have asked... You could have asked Lulu.
She could have asked Rocco. Yeah.
The other thing, too, was... that also bugs me now, is that because she now knows where her dad is, it's like, unless Valentine says, it's like, I'm glad to see you, but please know, like, you cannot just, make excuses to come see Carly, to come see me. Like, you have to stay away. Like, I think it's like, she only made this exception because of whatever, but I think Charlotte is going to, try and sneak over to Carly's, or, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go, visit Carly, whatever, she needs help, like, make excuses to go over to see her dad.
I would hope that's not the case, because given the life that they have led, and Charlotte talking so big about she know how to hide, she know how to protect herself, it would not make sense for her to do that.
It wouldn't, but
she's a young woman. So.
Yeah. And I wouldn't, like, to me, I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but I hope they don't make that choice for her. Make it sassy.
You did not have a Delulu this week?
No.
Okay. My Make It Sassy goes to Britt, because she was working Christmas Eve, and so she couldn't go to Maxie's place to hang out with her family. And so the entire time that we see Britt at the hospital, she's interacting with Lucas and having these conversations, which aren't too bad. Except for I would say the very first one where they bump into each other on the stairs. But there's a point where she leaves to go get coffee, and she comes back, and Lucas and Elizabeth are having a little conversation. She comes back and she's like, oh, I didn't get you any. I didn't really want to. And then moves on. And it's just like, well, that kind of was out of pocket. It came out of nowhere, but very classic Brit.
What made it funnier is I don't know if people missed their cue, if it was a bad edit. I don't know what was happening. Is when she came back with the coffee, neither Lucas nor Liz were looking at her. They had their backs to her completely, and were not paying her any mind. So it was like, what was the point of that statement? Like, huh?
Who knows?
Just strange. Very, very strange. Okay, second to lastly, we have our heartstring moment of the week. Oh my goodness, I was done.
Yeah.
Bit of comedy, but mainly heartstring. And this was the scene at the Q's when they were having their Boxing Day celebration or what have you.
Yep.
And Leo comes running into the room like, "Dad, you forgot to give Gio his present." And
Ned all is just faces drops. All the faces just drop.
Well, right, because he had a violin in his hand. It was clear it was a violin, and Ned is just so dismayed. And Ned was like, "Listen, you're trying to get Leo to put it back." Sonny was trying to get Leo to put it back. Leo was just insistent because innocence in a child is just remarkable. It's like, well, why wouldn't you give it to Gio? And it's like, we were saving it for another time. And Wiley's like, yeah, but Aunt Tracy's sad. She's missing Aunt Monica as we all are. You know, a song would make it better. And Gio is torn. Like, he looks angry, but it's clear that he's torn, trying to figure out what to do.
And Brooklyn even tries to help, and it's just like, and again, it's like, bless these children, because the innocence, they don't, like, they didn't see what happened the night of the nurse's ball.
No.
They don't know why Gio's not playing the violin anymore. Nothing.
But you know what?
The innocence of, you know, it's a gift for Gio. He should play. Make, you know, bring the spirits up and all this. And it's like, and it's very clear that everyone's trying to be like, without like, you know, yelling or being mean, just like, please put it back. But they're just pushing against because they don't understand. They're trying to.
They don't understand, yeah.
And it's like, we're not trying to make him uncomfortable or pressure him or anything. Like, we're waiting for the right, when we see that could be the right time to give it to him. And it's just like, sweet boy.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen to your father and just put it back.
But the other thing that I really liked about it is that it said, and again, this is bringing real life into a soap opera, and I say and again because we mentioned this in previous podcasts, is clearly the kids are enjoying the music. Even though Gio tends to play classical, which kids don't typically appreciate, they are really loving it when Gio does it. Like, they get something out of it. They feel the joy, they feel the enjoyment, and they want more of that.
Right.
So that was really cool. So Gio picks up the violin incredibly reverently. You could see his heart is divided as he's doing this. Kudos to the actor. Really and truly, this is an amazing, amazing actor. He takes the violin, he acknowledges Ned and Sonny, like with a nod of thanks type of thing, leaves the room for a moment, and is just heartbroken.
Yeah, like he has a small breakdown, not crazy. Like he's got the emotion. Like he's sad because he's like, I miss playing the violin. I miss my mom. You know, all these things.
The memory of what the revelation and what caused him to stop. Although I think that was more Brooklyn's memory than
it was more Brooklyn, but it's still like, it's like, the violin means so much to me, but it's like, how do I, you know, reconcile everything that's gone on since May and play again?
Absolutely.
And so Brooklyn comes out, and she doesn't say anything. She just rests a hand on his arm, gives him a look, and it's kind of a look of like, it's okay, like, don't feel pressured to do this.
Whichever way
it's
you
like,
go is going to be fine.
Right? And he gives another, like, you know, a solemn smile, a nod of thanks, walks back into the room, and plays. And it's just like...
Yeah, and then I really love this moment because he played one of my favorite Christmas carols ever, which is O Holy Night. And so he played that, which was incredibly beautiful. Everybody sat and listened.
Yeah, I like how they all just lowered themselves in unison.
Exactly. It was really, really remarkable.
It's like people had tears because it's like, oh my goodness. And like, one of the things I'm grateful for in that moment, even though he's trying to work things out with Dante, I'm grateful that he wasn't there.
Oh, if Dante had been there, I don't think he would have played. I'll be honest. I don't think he would have. So, there's that. The other thing that I'm now thinking in hindsight...
I also kind of wish Lois was there for that moment. Because they also kind of worked things out.
Yeah.
But, you know, heck, I'm like, if she had kind of just walked in and just heard him playing, like, nobody saw her, but she saw Gio playing, and then just walked out, I would have been going that too. It's like, he found his love for music again.
But that's just because you love Lois, but you're right, they worked things out, so I don't think it was necessary. But unrelated, and this is just this is just the woman in me that, you know, and in hindsight, because I did not think of this at the time, it's only as I'm replaying the scene in my memory that it's like, hey, that's not okay. And it's not a big deal. But it's that you had Ned, Sonny, Michael, and Wiley. They all lowered themselves on the couch while standing.
Are the ladies?
Yes, and it's like, sirs, come on, y'all are more gentlemen than that. What?
I'm like,
what?
Yeah.
But, hey, whatever. And then Tracy went over, gave him a big hug, thanked him. You know, because I think, shockingly, the Qs on the whole are doing a really good job. They are normally very pushy with people. And they are just doing a brilliant job of letting this young man take his time to find his place in their family and, you know, set the pace of how close they get, how soon.
I think with everything that's gone on, like, I hear you about them being pushy. I think it really depends on the situation and the person and, like, who the person I would say is directly connected to. Because I feel like in some cases, yeah, you're gonna be pushy, and you don't care. But like with Gio, it's different because it's like, no, but it's like, and it's kind of clear at first when he was first brought in. It's kind of like, oh, another person in this house who's not all that family, and all of this and all of that, and then you find out he is family, but in the worst way possible. And it's like. And it's like, okay, like, he's family. We want him to be family. But we cannot, you know, push him on this. And I think,
no,
I
exactly.
think at first they kind of, like, especially Tracy, she was kind of a little pushy because she's like, you are my great grandson, and na. And it's like, lady, back the hell up.
Yeah, but they already had that relationship because it's like, what are you doing in my house? Like, somebody who don't even live here invited you to live here. Like,
right, but I think also with the whole, it's like, oh, you're just now trying to have a relationship with me because you find out who I am to you, or how I'm actually connected to you, especially in Tracy's regard. It's like, you're just an outsider, you will never be like a true quartermain or whatever, and then you come to find out he's your great-grandson. I think in that moment, it was just like, oh, so now that I'm your great-grandson.
Except I don't think he ever said that to Tracy.
No, he didn't. But it was very much like one of those moments where it's like, you're very, you know, you say these comments, you say these things, it's like, okay, like, I kind of see how, like, yes, you can be kind at times, but for the most part, it's like, you are saying all these negative, rude things to me, and then the second you find out a key piece of information, it's like a switch, and you're just trying to... Which
you know what?
Compared to Dante, who really was trying to do that.
Yeah, I honestly don't think Tracy did that. And really, I don't think anybody did that. Except for Dante. Right? And by virtue of the whole fight. Because, like you said, he and Brooklyn always had that relationship.
Right.
Right? He and Lois always had that relationship.
Right.
He acknowledged he and Sonny always had a relationship, and now it's just better because they're family.
Right.
So I don't understand why Sonny got a buy and nobody else did.
This is what I'm saying.
Tracy, to me...
Tracy was just being Tracy.
Yes, she was being Tracy. She did get a little bit gentler after the fact, but I don't think she changed the way she spoke to him. Like,
not all that much.
She was just as passionate, right? She didn't soften anything. She might have been more intentional and like, listen, I understand you're mad at Brooklyn, and that is fine. I understand you may not want to acknowledge that I'm your great grandmother, also fine. But the fact of the matter is we're family. But she was still very matter of fact with him, even as she softened her tone. Let's put it that way.
Right, and honestly, when I think about everybody within the family who really, it was like, you didn't know they were family, but they still treated you the same way.
That's right. Everybody was kind to you before.
Yeah, it's like, so... like Ned, I don't think Ned knew Gio when he was growing up in the neighborhood.
No, I don't think so, because Ned didn't live there.
Right. So, Ned, you know, Ned didn't know you were his grandson. He's never met you before, but he still treated you kindly like family. Olivia watched you grow up, but you were still kind of like, Bath, Olivia. But it's like...
Exactly. Like, I don't think Olivia deserved to be cut off like that.
No. And then with Lois and Brooklyn, again, his anger completely understandable. However, he was putting a lot of the fault on Brooklyn more than.
Well, see, even that I could understand.
And the thing is, he couldn't put most of he put fault on Lois, but I think because Lois had left because Brooklyn kicked her out, he couldn't. It's not like he was seeing her every day, so he couldn't,
Yeah, but I think it's two different sets of anger, like because there's I think there was the anger of abandonment.
Yeah.
My mother didn't want me.
Right.
Point la ligne. Never mind that she was still in my life, whatever.
Right.
She did not want me. She gave me up for who knows what reason. Like, what was that about?
Right.
And then there's the other side, which is Lois. She knew all along, and she just lied.
Right. But
Gloria
also,
knew all along and just lied.
Right. And then there's also probably the question is like, how much did she know? She says she didn't know, but
Yeah.
Is that
exactly.
true?
Yeah. 100%. So never mind that she treated me well all the while, which he eventually came around to. He seems to come around to that, right?
Right, which as we saw at the hospital, which it's like took long enough.
Yep. Absolutely.
But in fairness, it was, even though it took a really long time for them to get to the point of Gio actually forgiving them, they did a really good job of writing that healing and forgiving because healing is not linear.
No, it isn't.
It ebbs and flows, and you will have your ups and downs. And Gio did have those moments where he had his ups and downs, and he was like, I don't want to see none of my family but my brother and my grandfather. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. I totally understand why Rocco would not have been part of that. I mean, hello, right? But why Sonny gotta buy?
Yeah,
man, that just made me mad. I'll be honest. Sonny gets away with too much. Anyway, let us bring this podcast to a close. Wrap this year up with our villain of the week.
Yes, that goes to Drew, and that will stay at Drew.
All right, for reasons already stated, or you want to add anything?
Reasons already stated.
All right, I agree with this. I halfway want to put Alexis as villain of the week as well.
I would put anti-hero simply because it's like she was simply trying to cast suspicion upon someone else and did not mean to air out the business.
No, that I agree with. I don't know about anti-hero business, but
well, it's because you're not again anti-heroes. They're not doing it. It's like they're not doing it to be mean. They're not villainous. They're not heroic. They're just basically doing it for themselves.
Sure.
So it's
and that's fine.
It's like, what do I get out of it if I do this?
That's fine.
For Alexis, what she got out of it was more time with Scout. So again, it's like she really like if she'd known Portia was in a hotel room with Gannon before subpoenaing her, she wouldn't have subpoenaed her in the first place.
Oh, I don't dispute any of that.
Like,
I don't dispute any of that. It really was the whole watching Portia melt down the way she did.
Oh. Okay.
And then Portia talking about you're not going to get the answer you're looking for. So clearly Portia was aware what she was looking for. You know, you already vilified Drew. I'm going to give you big kudos on that. Like, put Drew's business out in the public. Let's go. The beginnings of the downfall of Drew Kane. I'm here for it.
Also, I didn't say it. Sorry. Keep going. I will finish off.
But even then, like, didn't offer her a moment to compose herself.
Nope.
Like, she was clearly freaking out. I mean, now me, as a viewer, I would give Alexis a hero of the week for that because I was here for it. I was ready for it because I am so sick to death of Portia.
Amen.
It ain't even funny. It's like, I was really sitting here. I was like, I wanted the jury to be mimicking the eating of popcorn. The judge to be leaning on his two hands like, wait, what's going on here? Because already we noticed, we had...
Turner. Turner?
Yes, D.A. Turner. When Portia was called to the stand and Alexis was like, where were you that night? Or whatever it was. Or no, it wasn't that question. It was, have you ever falsified records? And Turner was just like, lean on the table. Where is this going? Like, Turner almost forgot she was ADA. She was just there for the tea.
Yep.
So that's why I almost want to put Alexis in the villain category, but I'm happy with Drew to be there.
All right.
Very happy with Drew to be there.
I was gonna say I didn't add this in the comedy moment, and I should have. Was just Portia's entire moment upon the stand.
Oh my
because
goodness.
that was entertainment on a level.
Hey, it was. Wow, I was here for it. We could have talked more about it, but why? Because I don't care for Portia.
Right.
Hero of the week.
Hero of the week will go to Danny, Molly, yeah, Danny for his advice.
Yeah.
Danny for his advice. Molly for getting the saddle, and helping out with that. No, I guess that was it.
All right.
For some reason, I thought I had more people.
Well, my hero of the week.
Oh, I will give it to Willow for actually. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh, come on, man. Let me land. Jeez. Oh. Yes, Willow is 100% my hero of the week for standing up to Drew. Just Willow in general, man. Willow is bossing up in a way with Drew that I'm just like, come on, man. Slap this man senseless. When we find out that Willow is the one that shot him, like, girl, I want to see the same way you melted down when you lost your kids. I want to see that same kind of vitriol when you tell Drew exactly why you shot his behind.
Amen.
Right? But yes, when she big up her chest and be like, Drew, you are playing the tale exactly as you described at the top of the podcast. Your child is in there crying and you want to know why she ain't coming to you. Look at the dirt you're doing. Mm-hmm. And then to succeed and actually be able to bring Scout over to the grandmother's house. Right. Yes, Willow, yes. And I think it will serve because I think you'll be able to get Alexis on your side in that way and help you in your custody case when you go back to defend against Michael.
That's if she asks Alexis for that.
Sure, if. Right.
Because Rick was her lawyer for that.
Oh, she could call Alexis as a witness. Alexis don't have to be the lawyer.
Fair enough. Sorry, I didn't
because because it shows Willow still, as a mother, she still very much has that mother's heart. Like, yes, you got to look out for your kids. Your child is hurting. I don't care who you're vexed with. That's your child. Your child needs her family, and she called it out. Second year without her mother, or first year without her mother, whatever it is, second holiday without the mother. All this kind of thing. Like, hello. Stop your mess. Yep. So, absolutely, Willow, spot on. I like that the writers are keeping Willow relatable and human, even with all the mess she's done. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yep. I do have one point because I did not even think about it till just now. Mm-hmm. Quickly jumping back to Delulu, I give it to also Chase for thinking that he was not going to face consequences for standing up on the stand and admitting to all the duttiness that he did. And his wife even said, "Don't say nothing stupid that's going to get you in trouble." And what's he do? He just says stupidness and then he gets suspended. And I'm like, you're lucky it's just a suspension because you done said some things that would get you fired. So, yeah.
I did forget about that scene. I did.
Yeah.
And he just came in with all the toot, right? Like, after Dante was like, "Hey, I'll see you back at the office, toot sweet." And then he fling open the door of the interrogation room. What caused you have to be vexed?
You knew this was going to happen.
Why are you mad? You stood up there with your big self and said what you had to say. You had to know Dante was not going to appreciate it.
Nope.
And then you throw all kind of mess in Dante's face, and Dante's talking about, I wasn't the commissioner at the time. So
right?
Why am I getting all of this?
Right? It's like you ever since you became commissioner, you've been doing all of this. And it's like, okay, but at the start of this, Anna was commissioner. Do you think Anna's being biased? No.
And Dante wasn't doing all this because the one thing Dante did do, which either Chase isn't aware or just refuses to give him credit for, was, "Hey, Nathan, can you take a look at this and see what we missed?" Fresh pair of eyes. Woo! Wish people at my job would do that. What did I miss? And Nathan was like, "Well, you missed Curtis. What the heck?" Right? They checked. They said, never mind.
And you getting off and you getting mad by the fact, like, oh, well, we had another suspect and we let him go. Because the case is stronger against the other one than him. And if the case falls apart against her, we can still charge him.
Yeah, that's not going to go well. But
no,
they could. They could, but that wouldn't go well. But, yeah. And I want to see Chase's face. Man, if it's not Willow who shot Drew, like...
The thing that's killing me, though, is that it's like he said, "I'm going to go check and see if Ezra Boyle..." Or, yeah, he said he was going to go check.
Yes.
Or Lex was going to go check. And we never heard anything about that again.
Drop storyline.
So.
Yep.
I guess. Oh, so actually, no. That might come up again. since Alexis got that letter, she might actually look into if Jacinda was with him.
She might. But you would think she did before because, you know, everybody was thinking it was Michael.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more sense that it would be Michael. So why would you put Portia on the stand before you put Michael on the stand? As you know, dramatic pause by the writers. So I don't know. Still loving the writing team. They bring some very interesting twists and turns.
Yep.
So yeah. Last thing of note that I want to throw out there, I don't know anything for fact, but I will say that Kristen Storms is starting to tease her return to GH.
Hey.
Don't know if it's actually going to happen.
No.
Because she doesn't say, I'm coming back, watch and see.
No.
It's just, you may see Maxie in the
Hell,
new year.
if she's just lying in the bed in a coma, I'm okay. Just knowing that she's back on set, it for me is enough.
Yeah.
Because I can wait for her to, you know, be in a better position to actually
fully healed.
Yeah,
and what
that's what I'm like.
Yeah,
if you just need her in a bed hooked up to the wires, I don't care.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's the news I have.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will see Maxie soon before any more foolishness happens with Lulu, because you have become unbearable with this Lulu and Nathan thing. But don't look at me. I'm not the writer.
We are an hour into this podcast. Don't make me rant.
Have a great New Year, y'all. Be safe.
And we'll be back with season 2 next week.
All right. Bye.